What's up? So today I'm doing a reaction to the whole situation that's going on with Dr. Disrespect. I really didn't know about it. I just seen that Penguins posted a little bit of a not review but an update on the situation of what his thoughts are on it, and I was like, man, might as well watch it and do a reaction over it since I've seen that a lot of people are talking about it. I want to know about it and I can get a little bit of a heads up on it. You know what I mean? So I was like, I see like I could do a reaction to this, and it's not. I don't really get into drama like this, so this was just one that I had seen and I was interested in. So yeah, let's see what's up with Penguin's take on this whole situation. If it's real or not, I don't know really anything about it. I just seen him post and I was like, let's see what's up with it. So let's see what Penguin's thoughts are on it.
Wow, what a crazy day this has been. So I'm sure pretty much all of you that clicked on this video already know about what's happened with the Dr. Disrespect situation. To catch you up to speed with the briefest previously on Dragon Ball Z recap, Dr. Disrespect was the face of Twitch. In 2020, he was mysteriously banned from the platform and not a peep had ever been uttered about why. This was a secret more guarded than the Krabby Patty formula. I really thought we'd never know the reason that Dr. Disrespect was banned. I thought they'd be taken to the grave. I thought we'd crack faster than light travel before we ever learned what the reason behind it was. But then from out of nowhere on just an average quiet Friday night, a former Twitch employee dropped a bombshell allegation claiming that Dr. Disrespect was banned due to sexting a minor through the Twitch Whispers service. Now, there was never any.
You see, what's y'all's take on stuff like that? Why? Why do we see? Why do we see a lot of stuff like that always happening with YouTubers? They have the money, they have everything. Why do they take advantage of their fans? I don't get that. Like, are they like? I don't know. I never got that. Like, why take advantage of your fans? Like, you could get anybody. Why take advantage of your fans? I feel like that's the dirtiest, scummiest thing you could ever do. Like, not your fans, dude. Not anyone in general that's underage, but the worst thing you could do is to someone that's your fan. Like, imagine how fucked up one of your fans is for stuff like this. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's see. I'm not gonna talk a lot about this because now that I know a little bit about it, I don't want to talk about it. It's just a fucked up situation. Because I watched Dr. Disrespect. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't really. I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Screenshots or evidence provided to support that claim. However, some other parties came forward saying that they had all heard a similar reason behind the ban. Dr. Disrespect then made a response to that statement, which was less than satisfactory for most people with a functioning frontal lobe because he talked very vaguely about it and didn't actually outright deny the claim at all. So then he made a follow-up statement which aimed to provide a little more clarity, but it was still pretty vague, and both of these seemed to have like a lot of legalese talk to him to try like kind of tiptoe around the topic itself. So both of his responses, like the tweets, weren't received overly well. It was like he just kept stepping on a rake like in a cartoon and hitting himself in the face. He wasn't doing himself favors with his statements. But then the credibility of the source of behind this allegation started to be called into question because people did digging through their Twitter and found out they'd actually been dangling this carrot in front of their audience about they know the reason Dr. Disrespect's been banned, and if you buy tickets to their concert, they might reveal it. So then
What
people started to question that.
type of
And then
type of shit
today,
is that?
Dr. Disrespect released another statement where he admitted to the claim of talking to a minor through Twitch Whispers inappropriately. However, he denies that there was any real intent behind the messages, which is a crazy thing to say. Like, if any of you have watched To Catch a Predator, you'll recognize that tactic, that little maneuver right there, because that's something that was pretty frequent on that show. When a predator went down and talked with Chris Hansen, a lot of them said that same thing pretty much. Like, oh, no, I didn't mean any of that. I was actually just teaching them a lesson about talking to strangers and the dangers of it. There was never any real intent behind the things that were said. Like, that's a very weird thing to try and say. So let's just go through his statement first, though. The Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a statement. Let's cut the bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. For those that don't know, I forgot to mention this in my lore exposition on this. His company that he founded, Midnight Society Game Studio, which had been working on a game with him for a long time, announced yesterday that they were going to be terminating him after they conducted an investigation, and after they assumed his innocence, found something through their investigation that made them uncomfortable keeping him around, so they let him go. So that's why he's mentioning them here. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families. I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Now, before getting into the rest of this, I do want to mention Midnight Society themselves said that he was terminated. Here he's saying that he stepped down like it was a mutual decision. I don't know if this is like a you can't fire me, I quit type of situation, turn in the badge and the gun and go your separate way as a lone wolf, or what. There's just a bit of a discrepancy whether he was terminated by Midnight Society or if he himself and them left on good terms where he agreed to step down. Ultimately, the point is, he's no longer associated with that studio anymore after they conducted their own investigation into the subject. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, the doc actually edited this statement twice. So initially, he posted it with the word minor in it, saying, were there messages with an individual minor? The answer is yes. But then shortly after he published it, he edited the word minor out of it. So he removed that. He redacted it like a fucking CIA document, trying to bury it, just snapping it out of existence. So then it read, were there messages with an individual? The answer is yes. But people were quick to notice the edit, and you can actually...
See, why? Why do that? Why talk with a minor, even if it wasn't sexual or anything? I don't get it. I never will. I don't think I never will. It's just, why do it? There's nothing you gain from it. You lose from that. There's no point in that. And I'm pretty sure during that, he had his wife and children. What in your fucked up mind do you really go into a conversation with a minor? No matter what you intended to do with that conversation, you don't do that. You're someone that's in the content space that people look up to. That's not a really good look for you to do that, especially when you have such a big audience and influence. I don't ever think anyone that has that type of power should have an influence over someone that does shit like this, because that's fucked up. Now, anybody that's ever defended him, he could have lost good friends over this, could have fucked them over. There's a bunch of shit that goes on behind closed doors. I just feel like what he did, and with him editing, how Penguins just said, you don't do that. Come out 100%, because now it just looks like there is stuff behind that isn't put out yet. You look even worse. But yeah, this is my last take on it. I'm gonna just let Penguin write it out.
Check edit history on Twitter, which I didn't know you can do, but you could clearly see that the original no longer matched the current one because he took the word minor out. So when people caught him red-handed, he just edited it one more time to put the word minor back into it. Now, there is a lot to say about just that small chunk right there, but I'm going to finish reading the statement first before we really dive into the weeds of it. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on these things with those type of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all this sooner. You guys have always shown me and my family love and support throughout all these years. We love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know you have always been greatly appreciated. Trust me when I say this. To all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero real-life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere. Actual Wolf of Wall Street energy. I'm not fucking leaving. And I'm not the same guy that made this statement all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. He tries to close this statement with a really hard, cheesy 80s action movie one-liner. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You're lucky you didn't blow the welds off the intake. I'm not leaving. It's really kind of ridiculous to put that there with accusations like this. These are super serious. Like, this isn't something people take lightly at all. In his own statement, he has openly admitted to messaging a minor and had conversations that were inappropriate, or as he said, leaned into being inappropriate. Now, what's not clear and what a lot of people are coping with is that maybe Dr. Disrespect didn't know the age of the person he was communicating with, but I truly feel if that was the case, Dr. Disrespect would have mentioned that, saying that he had those communications with this person that he believed was of age but turned out to be a minor. I think if that was the reality of that situation, if he truly communicated with someone that he thought was of age but turned out to be a minor, I think he would have mentioned that in this statement, but he didn't. He didn't say that he was under the impression he was communicating with an adult. He just says that he had conversations with an individual minor. He doesn't say anything like, oh, they were actually one day away from being 18, or I really thought they were, in their 20s, or anything like that. And I think if that was what happened, it would have been mentioned here. I really do. But there's no mention of that. So it's hard to give that benefit of the doubt that he didn't know, because I think he would have mentioned if that was the case. I also think it's pretty telling that some of the closest people to Dr. Disrespect are coming forward saying how unacceptable it was and distancing themselves from him, because if he didn't know that he was communicating...
You see, this is what I mean, what I just said earlier. You do something fucked up, you just don't get the repercussion for you. Anyone behind you, your team, anyone that supports you, they get backlash. You see what I mean? It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why? I don't get why he did it. I really don't. What was the point of it all? What was the point of it all? I just feel like it's always a cycle that's happening. What I've noticed, it's always people that are, I'm not gonna say older, but the people that have always made it, they don't ever have to work. They've made it on YouTube. They're popular. Why is it always those type of people that do fucked up, vicious shit like this? It doesn't matter if it wasn't sexual or not. You do not do that. You know that is not the right thing to do. Do not talk to a minor. That's 100%. You do not do that. But why do they do it? What makes them do that? It's like, dude, these could be your fans. Imagine she was one of her fans. Imagine how fucked up she feels. Like, I don't know, man. I was not expecting him out of anybody. I was rooting for him because he's been having a fucked up couple years. But now for this shit to come out, it's like, dude, I'm a fan. And now, what are the fans supposed to think about it? Like, man, it's just fucked. I was not expecting this out of him.
With a minor, he probably would have told them at the very least, but they're not saying that either. So here's Robert Bowling, one of his business partners here, saying, "If you inappropriately message a minor, I cannot work with you, period. I promised to only act on facts, and I did." So I just really don't think there's a whole lot of wiggle room about Doc not knowing that he was communicating with a minor. Like, I feel like there's been plenty of opportunities now for that information to have come out from somewhere, but nobody is saying that other than people theorizing and hoping that maybe that's the case. But Doc himself has never said that that was a possibility. He'd never even hinted that he didn't know the person's age, and the people closest to him aren't saying that either. So I really think that it's likely that he did know that, and he still had these conversations that lean to being inappropriate with someone he knew to be a minor, which is fucking disgusting. Now, there are people still defending this, saying, well, he didn't go to jail for it, so what's the big deal? Can't wait for the next stream, Doc. Firm handshakes. Like, there's people that are just dismissing this as...
You see, those type of fucking fans, I hate. You don't shield someone. You don't protect someone that does fucked up shit like this. You let them get whatever comes 100%. Because, bro, I'm a fan, but I can't let that shit slide. That's just, you don't do that. You don't, period. You do not take, you don't talk to underage kids. I'm a fan of him, but not anymore after this. The way that he executed it with his message, he just sounded like a fucking douchebag. Didn't really give any of the fans any closure that he didn't do it or not. He's basically trying to be like, oh, I'm too good not to. No matter what, you look wrong. Own up to it. Don't make it like you didn't do anything bad. You did. That's what he needs to do. Own up to shit. Cause now there's fans that they're just in disbelief and they're a ride or die for him and they won't give a fuck about what he did. No. With people like this, you have to shut them down. Because what he did was inappropriate. And he needs the repercussion for that. And I feel like fans, when situations like this happen, just let it go. Just let it go.
Is not a big deal, which is insanity. I think that is pure lunacy. I can't fucking believe some of what I'm reading here from people that are just writing this off as not a big deal because it's a streamer they like. An adult communicating inappropriately with a minor is bad. Full stop. It's inexcusable. No matter how you spin it, that is a horrible thing. Now, he may not have met up with the minor in question. However, was that his decision? Was he the one that decided not to meet up with him? Because with the information that's been come out, now, again, keep in mind, we don't have access to the chat log, like the conversations that took place, but from all the sources that have come out from, like, Bloomberg and all of that, it sounds like the conversation they had did talk about meeting up at TwitchCon. So, that right there shows pretty real intent to meet up with this person. And who knows, maybe it was the minor that ultimately got uncomfortable with this whole thing and called it off, not the doc. We don't know for sure. The only thing we can know for sure, what the doc just confirmed, is that he was talking inappropriately
just wanted to have,
which is a terrible, terrible thing.
His attention just talked to him, and he took it a different way.
It's inexcusable. And they're right, it is inexcusable. But there are still people trying to defend it, as pathetic as that is. And Dr. Disrespect claims that he's going to come back at some point. And I have no doubt when he does, he's still going to have a massive audience. I can already tell, based on the amount of people jumping through hoops, trying to find ways of justifying this and spinning it in ways where he doesn't look evil. Which is impossible, but they're doing their best. So I know when he comes back, he will probably have tons of viewers and tons of donations out the fucking wazoo, saying things like, keep your head up, Doc, don't let cancel culture get you down. It's just a fucking cancel culture mob that came after you. You're a victim of that mob, that's it. Which is just so unhinged. He has openly admitted, in his own words, to inappropriately talking to a minor. It's just craziness. So, that's the update to this whole Dr. Disrespect ban situation. That's really about it. So, yeah.
Appreciate that, Moist. Man. I don't get it. Fuck him. I'm done. I'm not a fan no more. I've been watching this guy since he's been friends with Nadeshot. That's how I found out about him. I really liked him. But this draws the line when you do shit like this and you don't own up to it. And fuck them fans. Fuck them fans that defend people when they know they did bad shit. It's like, dude, you know better than the person that you're defending. Let them rot. It's just crazy how something like this was under the rug for so many years. Like, what else has he done that people don't know? You know what I mean? But yeah, this is gonna do it for this one. I didn't even know about this. I was getting off work when I heard about this. It was on Twitter and everything. I was like, nah. Just like one of the fans, I was like, this is fake. They're just trying to demolish him. But when he comes out with statements like this, he doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't like what you're getting labeled. It's like, no, you did do what people are saying. Own up to it. You're making yourself look worse and the whole community behind you. But yeah, this is gonna do it for this one. I'm kind of already done. There's a couple of people that I used to like that I found out they did fucked up shady shit like this, and I wasn't expecting him. It's just bad. It's just fucked. It's just fucked. This is gonna end it for this one. Appreciate all of you for the recent support, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.